What are you doing, Jess?
Control Jack!
Ground handling. Ground handling is absolutely essential to a successful launch. If you can't go and launch yourself in a decent breeze, you're never going to go across country. So first you've got to get the launch right.
Look at the 7 instant fails of ground handling a paraglider. I'll list them all off here. Bad positioning, a poor wall, difficult hands, lack of tension in the wing, no pitch control, no movement, and the biggest myth of all. Let's start with the biggest myth of all. One of the fundamental things that paraglider pilots internationally get wrong is bringing the wing up above the head and then turning around as quickly as possible and launching out of control. You have to be able to control the wing on the ground before you can be controlling it in the air.
And so, bad positioning. If you're not in the centre and you're not with the glider facing into wind, you've already cut your chances of a successful launch.
If the wind is extremely light, then there may not be enough wind to build the wall large. And if you try to do so, then it can collapse in on itself. And if you've got an extremely strong wind, then pilots have a tendency to build it too big and constantly be fighting against it.
Then look at this. This is a bit of a mess at the moment. So the way to untangle your lines is you draw this all into tension, turn the whole harness round so you've got 2 main groups, and then have a look at this. Can you see how the brake line can come off and be untangled? And that the A lines need to go all the way to the leading edge. Can you see that that's untwisted? A lot of the time people have them caught round here, but you want the whole thing untwisted. Quite often you see this strap here, that's your safety strap in the middle, that can get tangled. Build yourself a nice wall. If you get a little bit of tension in it like that, can you see, you can see all the fans and lines have got no tangles in. Quite often you might have a pressure knot in there. And it's much easier to sort things out here when I'm not in the harness. So I like to spend a bit of time making sure that everything is undamaged and untangled before I get in the harness. Bam. You can see here this harness has got a speed bar in, but we've disconnected it and just tied it neatly out the way. And so you can see the A's are running to the front, and they run right through to the front of the harness, and you can only tell that if you get it all in tension like that. Because very often this has happened. If I twist it round, if I get my leg loops like this, and I draw that twist out, can you see how I've got a twist here? It's so much easier to twist that out here without having to do a head over heels or all that nonsense. And then have a look at this. When you're setting up to do a reverse launch, I often start with my bottom set of risers, and I follow the line of the riser across underneath to this hand, and then with this one it comes over the top. What a lot of people is they put it through here, and that's wrong. It will grind on the riser. You need it to come round the outside like that. And then by a wrap, what I mean is this: I roll it around my hands, either around a couple of fingers or the whole hand. I pinch the loop, control loop, and I roll it up to here. So you need to be good at doing that without having to do all this sort of thing. You never put 2 wraps on, only just ever half a wrap. And then it gives you a nice tight feel to the trailing edge. When you're getting ready to launch, although my hands are crossed, I tend not to cross my A's. I take them like this and like this, so that I've got a lovely fan of lines that is going to come up beautifully symmetrically. And then I've got to feel the wind on my neck. It's no good launching here, because which set is tauter than the other? This lot. And what's going to happen when I launch it? It's going to spin. So I've got to get right underneath the middle here. And then when I launch it, I'm leaning back and letting the glider come up, and then I'm stopping it here.
An intrinsic part of a paraglider flying involves your weight on it. Somehow or another, you've got to keep your weight on the A lines in particular. So you've got to lean back or use a bit of brake, but you've got to keep tension in the A lines all the time.
So we've looked at getting your hands set up and keeping the tension in the A-lines, but without use of the brakes, you're not going to be able to control the pitch of your glider, which can cause a full frontal collapse or can cause it to stall and fall back onto the ground.
Why did the glider come down? You know, Tim, get me another glider, this one doesn't work. But what you've got to do, the glider's got to come up and then you've got to add a little bit of brake on when it's directly above you.
Remember to use your body to good effect. With strong winds, let the glider pull you up the hill a bit and stop it and turn. As soon as you move down the hill backwards, you're going to be airborne. So you've got to let it pull you up the hill a bit and then stop it, turn, control, and then move forwards down the hill again.
If I've got any of this brake on, it stops that lower wingtip from flying up, and then I have to use more of the other one, and it's going to stall here. Instead of that, if I make sure this hand's all the way up by the pulley, now that lower wingtip will fly back up again nicely, and then I can stop it above my head again. So, it's all about turning your shoulders to face the way you're going, leaning away from the glider, so you're keeping it loaded with your weight, and making sure that lower wingtip can fly. This hand has to come right up the pulley, so you're putting it behind the risers here, so come right up the pulley, moving your feet. Ground handling's much more about moving your feet than it is about pulling the brakes. I think it would all be about flying it with a kite, but actually the majority of your control comes by staying glancing underneath the glider, staying underneath like a pendulum, keeping the glider loaded with your weight. Wait until you've got perfect control before you turn. Get under control, and when you turn, we're turning from looking at the glider, looking for cravats and twigs and knots, and you're turning and looking where you're going, keeping your weight on it. The vast majority of people will turn from here to here. Now you're leaning backwards, and then off we go. Now we're oscillating, which will often end up with your failed takeoff. So you want to go from here, getting under control first, get perfect control, and when you turn, I want to keep my centre of gravity exactly where it is, and my hands exactly where they are. Go from here, keeping my centre of gravity and my brakes in the same place, and if you do it right, the glider doesn't even twitch. And now you're ground handling this way around. And so, same rules. Moving like a pendulum, letting one hand up, being gentle with the brakes, trying to do as much as you can by moving your weight, keeping the glider loaded by keeping leaning forwards. If you've got any wraps on, let them off at this stage so that you can let your hands up into your swept back wings position. And when you come into your swept back wings position, we don't want to bang your hands up really quickly. We want to ease them up as you accelerate, so that you and your glider accelerate off the takeoff together and stay in this running position until the very end, and land back. What are you doing, Jess?
Control drag! And this way!
It's a beautiful thing.